Wrestling terminology. So, got to start with stance, and you got to stand with something that has a little bit of balance. Not that you're doing this at home because you're probably at your computer and that makes this awkward. But your stance starts in a place of balance, which you can go for the takedown, which is sort of the first term that you can put in your hat. Takedown is where you can you gain control of your opponent from a standing position. So we have a single leg, we have a double leg takedown, there's drags and ankle picks and a whole bunch of other terminology, but takedown is the thing where you go from standing in a good stance to I have control of my opponent. So reversal is another term, and reversal means that I go from a place of defense to a place of offense. Pretty simple. If I'm on the bottom and I reverse, I'm now on the top, and I get 2 points for that. Takedown, you get 2 points, and reversal, you get 2 points, and then an escape is another good term to learn, and you get 1 point for that, and that means that if I go from a position of defense into a position of neutrality, where I'm on offense and both players are in the same level. And of course, the pin. I've pinned my opponent to the mat. Now, that can go a lot of places in terms of what that means in our play, but when I put his 2 shoulder blades or her shoulder blades on the mat for a count of 1, 2, that's a pin, and that's the end of the match. So takedown. We just talked about what it was. The play has a lot of takedowns. People get taken down, people try to take each other down verbally, theatrically. So if I'm using my words, there's an example. Heather is a great takedown artist. She belittles her opponent and puts them beneath her in terms of where they start the conversation with an insult or a dig or some sort of backhanded compliment. She does it to Nicole all the time. You're going to wither up and die. There's a ton of examples for Heather about takedowns. Matt and Luke have an interesting dynamic because they're always sparring and always at each other, trying to take each other down, but the takedowns don't last. So in our world, in the wrestling season world, a takedown doesn't last a whole round, and nor does it in a wrestling match. It's quick, and it happens on the fly, and then from there, so much else can build off of it, a reversal or an escape or another takedown. So in terms of reversal, defensive to offensive, that's the definition we just talked about. But Coterie has a great reversal on Matt. When Matt says, I don't want to be hated for something I'm not. And she says, but wouldn't it be bad if you were hated for something you are? A perfect example of a theatrical, verbal reversal, where you take some information that you think you know and understand, and you make it something that is new and something you have to contend with and discover. So in terms of escape, when we start talking about that in terms of our play and on the stage, as it were, as opposed to strictly on the mat, an escape can be an avoidance, someplace where you go that you don't want to talk about it, or if you want to change the subject, or if you want to leave the room. Very literally, I want to leave. That's an escape. Another example is when you want to bring someone with you as you go. You know, you don't have to escape alone. You can escape with your teammates. And Matt does this with Luke, and Luke does this with Matt quite a bit. You know, I'm not alone in this, and we're going to escape together. Luke stands in front of Matt, between Matt and Jolt at the end of the play, and says, no, come on, we're going to go. This is what he wants. And he's trying to escape. He's attempting an escape. So look for these when you watch the wrestling season.